Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I am here to discuss the Unit 4 topic, that is digital signature, and this topic comes under the subject cyber security. So let's start the video. So first of all, what is digital signature? So basically, digital signature is an authentication mechanism. Now you will ask that what is authentication? So basically, authentication establishes trust by identifying the system or a user. Okay. So for example, once you go to your college or office, so you authenticate yourself by punching, and once you open your mobile phone or laptop, then you have to authenticate yourself by using your by using your fingerprint or using the face scan. Okay, so these are all the authentication mechanisms. Okay, so digital is a signature is also an authentication mechanism that ensures that the claimant is what he or she claims to be. Okay, now here comes the question that what is digital signature? So in past or before the internet, uh, everything was paper based. Okay, paper based methods, files were used, and manually all the data were stored. Okay, but now everything has become online, and all the business companies are running online. Okay, so for the electronic records we cannot use the handwritten signatures. So for that we have to use the digital signatures. So what is a digital signature? So digital signatures are just like the handwritten signatures, but they are the more secured form. Why they are more secured? Because they use the cryptographic techniques. Digital signatures are a type of public key cryptography. Public key cryptography is a asymmetric key cryptography where for encryption and decryption we use two different keys, uh, like the public key and the private key. Okay, so what is a digital signature? Digital signature means we can also say it as a electronic signature. Okay, but they are more secure. Okay, so a digital signature is a mathematical scheme for verifying the authenticity of digital messages or documents. That means if any electronic records or documents have the digital signature of the sender, then he cannot deny that he cannot deny that he has sent the message. Okay, so it validates the authenticity of the user who is sending that message. Okay, now a valid digital signature on a message gives a recipient confidence that the message came from a sender known to the recipient. That means if there will be a signature, digital signature on an electronic record, then the receiver or the recipient will be sure that the message is coming from a known source. Okay, now digital signature is a way of authenticating a digital data coming from a trusted source. Okay, so digital signature establishes trust, means the message or the communication or the document is coming from a known source. Okay, now, digital signatures can be used for, are commonly used for the software distribution, for the financial transactions, and in other cases where it is important to detect the forgery, or where it is important to detect the forgery or the tampering. If there will be any fake documents, then we can identify that. If there will be the signee signature, if there will be the sender signature, then we can identify that whether it is a original document or it is a fake document. Okay, now this is the example of a digital signature. So here you can see that the Bob and Alice are communicating over the internet. Okay, and now Bob is sending a message or a document to Alice. So first he will encrypt the message using his private key. Okay, so in digital signature, the sender sends the message by attaching a code that acts as a signature. Okay, so once this message reaches to Alice, then the receiver or the Alice will decrypt this message using the Bob's public key. Okay, so here we can see that the digital signature comes under the public key cryptography, where each user has two separate keys, one public key and one is the private key. So since the signature will be unique, so the Bob will create his signature using his private key, and for opening or decrypting that message, the receiver will use the Bob's public key. Okay, so and he will compare the values. If the values will match, then the signature will be verified. Okay, so this is the process of digital signature. Now, what is the digital signature standard? So the digital signature standard is a cryptographic framework established by the NIST. So the digital signature standard is a cryptographic framework which was established by the United Nations Institute of United States National Institute of Science and Technology, and it outlines how digital signatures should be generated and verified to meet the high security standards. Okay. Now, in India, digital signature use is governed by the Information Technology Act 2000. So, as I have told in my last video, that the IT Act gives the legal recognition to the electronic records and the digital signature. So, this is valid according to the IT Act, and which requires that official digital signatures be issued by the licensed certifying authority. Okay, that means there is a license certifying authorities which issues the digital signatures to all the companies who generally wants to generate their digital signatures for any types of business communication. So they issue the digital signatures from these certifying authorities. Okay, and this comes under the supervision of the controller of certifying authority. Okay, so this was all from my side. Thank you.